alleviate the humanitarian crisis in the Israel-Hamas conflict, an agreement was reached between U.S. President Joe Biden and Egypt to provide limited aid to Gaza. During his visit to Tel Aviv, Biden stated that Israel had the right to respond to Hamas's actions in the conflict and expressed sympathy for Israel while cautioning against letting anger overwhelm the situation. President Biden also supported Israel's assertion that an Israeli airstrike was not responsible for the explosion at a Gaza hospital on Tuesday local time. Now for the local weather. It's currently 24 degrees Celsius under partly cloudy skies in Busan. Overcast skies will continue with evening temperatures staying at 19 degrees Celsius. It's time to wrap up this hour's news. Thank you for joining. You're listening to BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is the 4 p.m. duo with Nick Greenwood and David Kim. BEFM 부산영어방송.
I carry my emotions.
They are the generation that records every moment with photos and digital logs and stores it in all machines.
They are the generation that doesn't feel awkward taking classes and meetings with friends through screens.
They are the generation that is more familiar with sending a mobile card and coupon than meeting and celebrating with someone in person.
They communicate and develop themselves surrounded by machines and online. We call them digital natives.
Well, hello there, everybody. My name is Nick.
Good afternoon. This is David.
And welcome to
the 4 p.m. duo.
I'm your future lover. 타락한 밤 너의 ruler. 영화 속 달콤한 promise. 믿지 않아, let's be honest. Yeah. 들리던 so when it feels so right. 닿지 않아도 이미 느끼잖아. 나쁠 건 없어 when it feels so right. 네 위를 봐, I'm your goddess. Yeah. How many loves do I go through to find you? How many heartbreaks I take just to get to you? How many loves do I go through to find you? How many? Fast forward. Diamond kiss, head to toe. Sunshine, got the glow. Need you back, never go. One stop, domino. That's how quick you make me fall. So in love, yeah, it's so yeah. How many loves do I go through to find you? How many heartbreaks I take just to get to you? How many loves do I go through to find you? How many? Fast forward.
전소미의 Fast Forward 오늘의 첫 곡이었습니다. Welcoming you to the 4 p.m. duo this lovely Thursday afternoon. Welcome one and all. 저는 닉입니다.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is David at the 4 p.m. duo. How are you all doing? Now, we did talk about in the opening about digital natives, those who are really familiar with the digital era, the smartphones, the computers, the machines that give them everything.
Yeah, a digital native. 디지털 원어민이라고 할 수 있겠죠. I guess they grew up in the digital era, so this is all they know.
Yeah.
They don't know a world without digital things.
Exactly. Maybe when they see books, that's something that's, wow, is this a new thing?
Or they probably think, 고대 그리스 것인가.
이건 뭐예요? 펜슬이 뭐예요?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not this generation, but maybe the next one will see things like that. 그러면 오늘은 단어 퀴즈로 시작을 좀 해보겠습니다. Translate these words. Okay. 사흘.
3일.
심심한 사과.
A bored apple.
뭐라 고지식하다.
고지식하다는 융통성이 없다.
금일.
금일은 오늘이죠. 심심한 사과 빼고 다 알았어요. 심심한 사과는 뭔가요?
매우 깊고 간절한 사과래요. So it's a very sincere and earnest apology. And it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like, I'm bored, so I might as well just apologize.
Right, might as well.
그냥 사과나 하자. 뭐.
Yeah.
But you were right, though. Yeah, 사흘, of course, means 3 days. 고지식하다 is kind of like to be stuck in your ways, very
Stubborn.
unflexible. And 금일 is not 금요일. It is today.
Yes.
Yeah, so these are things that a lot of young people, apparently even Korean young people, have a bit of trouble understanding.
사실 사흘이란 단어도 저는 좀 시간이 걸렸어요.
It looks like, it looks like it should be 4 days.
Right,
But
because
it's
of the
not.
4 사 in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's not difficult, but it is difficult for these in your generations. 이 책을 멀리하고 디지털 기계를 가까이 하는 요즘 세대가 글을 읽고 해석하는 능력인 이 문해력이 부족하다는 이야기가 많이 나오고 있는데요.
I wouldn't call it like literacy proficiency is like lacking.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them illiterate in any way.
Just the times have changed. The time a language changes, right? So, David, when you want to find the definition or meaning of a new word, how do you usually do it?
Well, you got to do it with today's standard of things. Checking it online.
Oh, I was going to say ChatGPT.
Using the internet, right?
Yeah.
That's what we will do.
Right. A lot of people use the internet. I can't remember the last time I got a physical dictionary out and looked for a word.
사실 그런 것들이 다 이제 캐나다 집에는 있어요.
있는데 그냥 안 쓴 지 오래됐겠죠?
안 쓴 지 10년이 넘었죠.
그죠.
네.
다 먼지도 많고 막 쌓였겠죠.
Probably.
이 보통 많은 사람들이 디지털 기계를 이용해서 모르는 단어를 찾고 문장을 넣어서 해석을 하게 되는데요. Experts pointed out that increased watching video content, lack of reading, and the increase in simple language use on social media are the reasons for the digital generation's lack of literacy.
Now, speaking of digital generation, how many digital devices do you have today, like up till today?
Like at home, do I own?
How many do you own? Yeah.
Okay, so I've got my phone. Can you count with me? Phone,
Yeah. Your watch,
my watch, my TV,
your TV, your laptop,
my laptop, my game console, which I
Yeah.
don't use that much.
and your editing computer.
I only have one PC.
Oh, really?
Oh, I have a camera.
Yeah. And a tablet.
I don't have a my phone is my tablet.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I have 6.
You have 6.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
But that I can think of 6. What about you?
Around there too.
Around 6. That
Yeah.
seems about average.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
이 디지털 기계를 사용하거나 이 비디오 영상을 저희가 많이 사용하는데 만약에 그냥 그런 것들 사용하지 않고 독서만 한다, 책만 읽는다면은 가능할까요?
불가능하겠죠.
특히 이 시대에서는 불가능할 것 같아요.
I would feel really 내 손가락이 막 간지러울 것 같아요. 에휴, 간질. I just want to pick up my
Because
phone.
you wanna
flick.
swipe up.
그죠.
Press a button that doesn't really have any clicking noises.
이제 그 행동이 진짜 몸에 뱄어요. 이제 습관적으로 하니까.
그죠.
I kind of would feel really 좀 찝찝할 것 같아요.
습관적으로 저희 주머니를 맨날 찾잖아요.
So you feel naked without it. Yeah. So these are problems that some people do say are a big issue right now. How would you say we can improve people's literacy skills? Or do they even need to be improved?
That depends for 사바사. 사람마다 다를 것 같고요. Case by case일 것 같아요. Depends on what kind of job you're into. If you are in a job where you have to communicate with people around the world, I think literacy is very important. But when it comes to maybe people who are just staying at home and editing videos, maybe you might not need much of a literacy skill.
Maybe not. But still, like you said, people say reading is one of the best ways to grow our vocabulary, along with your ability to effectively communicate and imagine certain scenarios as well. So reading is definitely really helpful. Fiction, non-fiction, a novel is always good, I think. It really broadens the mind and it fires those hormones that TV doesn't really give.
Yeah, it also excites your brain so that you can think more creatively.
되게 독서 더 많이 해야 할 것 같은데요.
말하는 연습을 더 많이 해야 되겠나 봐요. Yeah, so reading has definitely the plus sides and really no negative sides.
Exactly. Except that I have no time. And if I read,
That's an excuse.
I know it's an excuse, and I don't have time because of my digital machines taking my time.
You can always make time.
It's a conundrum. Anyway, everybody, we know a lot of you people read out there. Some people read like 30, 50 books a year, even more.
Yeah.
Some people read a book a day.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So props to you. Good job if you are reading this much. But don't worry if you don't, because a lot of us are in the same boat.
Yes.
But one thing we will help you with here, we will help expand your English vocabulary at least.
And expressions and all sorts of things with a lot of great segments coming your way.
That's right. We've got Chat Lab English in the daily segment part, where you can learn various expressions about topics that have been given to us by AI. 네, 매일마다 챗봇이 선택해주는 주제와 관련된 다양한 영어 표현과 생각들을 여러분과 함께 나눠보겠습니다. Today's topic is embracing the journey and the impact of immigration. 네, 오늘은 이민에 대해서 이야기해보고 유익한 표현들을 나눠보겠습니다. A really interesting topic, and also Bite English following that, where we can learn easy but useful one sentence in English. 네, 이제부터 궁금한 모든 영어 표현은 Bite English에 물어봐 주세요. And of course, the last English dose at the end of the day.
We also have our weekly segments, including Locker Lingo coming your way, 스포츠 선수, 코치, 그리고 응원단의 인터뷰로 각종 스포츠 상식과 영어 표현을 알아보는 코너고요. And popcorn time coming in the second hour with MG. Michael Garrett coming into the studio and telling us all about the movies that we should check out. 새로운 개봉작부터 올타임 레전드 명작까지 영화에 관한 모든 것을 이야기해보는 코너도 있습니다. 문자는 샵 9050 pound 9050 100원의 이용료가 있고요. 카카오톡 친구 추가하셔서 저희랑 소통도 가능하고요. Or watch us live on YouTube right now. Join us in the live chat room and chat with us there.
Come say hello and join the fun, learn some stuff too. We've got Mr. Lee Nim saying good afternoon. Oh, tomorrow's Friday again. Time goes by quickly, or time flies. 맞습니다. It is Friday tomorrow already. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Lee, and everyone else who has come and said hello as well. It's going to be a great show, so make sure you stick around. Coming up next, we have Chat Lab English. Before that, this is ABC by Jackson 5.
Chat Lab English.
Hello, listeners. Hello, Nick and David. Welcome to ChatLab English. Today's topic is embracing the journey and impact of immigration. Immigration is a fundamental aspect of human history and a topic of ongoing significance in our interconnected world. On the radio, delve into the world of immigration, celebrating its role in shaping societies, cultures, and individual lives. Talk about the history of immigration waves, the reasons people choose to relocate, and the cultural diversity and enrichment that immigration brings. The conversation can highlight the importance of immigration policies and the debate surrounding immigration. Ultimately, inspire listeners to embrace the journey and impact of immigration, recognizing it as the power of diversity in shaping vibrant and inclusive societies.
Welcome to Chat Lab English. Yeah, welcome everybody to Chat Lab English. This is a segment where AI chatbot gives us a topic to talk about. We chit-chat about it and we teach you some great expressions and words related to that topic. And today's topic is all about immigration. 이민에 대해서 한번 얘기를 한번 나눠볼게요. 저는 이민한 적이 있습니다.
그죠? You did when you were young, right?
Yeah, we immigrated to Canada, and then I got naturalized there. I also had to forfeit the Korean citizenship in order to maintain the Canadian citizenship and not be drafted into the military if I ever come here.
아, 그리고 이제는 다시 한국으로 이민 왔죠?
이민은 아니고 한국에 이제
거주하는 거예요?
거주 중이죠. 네,
so
through a visa.
So, okay. So I guess immigrating only counts if you get like the
Citizenship,
시민권?
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just moving to another country and living there.
Moving and living there to acquire citizenship.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So we aren't immigrants here. We are just residing, sojourning here.
Yeah, sojourning or residing. Sojourning is a fancy word for living.
Yeah, I mean, I only learned the word when I came to Korea.
Sojourning?
Yeah. And I was like, sojourner? What's that? Is it 소주인가요?
그러니까요. It has a soju spelling in it.
I know.
Because it with an RNING at the end.
그죠.
Yeah.
But of course, there are. Korea is experiencing, I think, a bit more immigration than it was. It's still a largely homogeneous society. I think it's like over 95%.
Right.
But countries like the US, England, a lot of European countries are very, very, they have there's a melting pot, lots of different cultures in there, which brings benefits, and all sorts of things.
Exactly. Yeah, there are definitely pros and cons to immigration, I think. But let's go over some words and phrases related to this topic.
Yeah, sure thing. All right, so let's go over the words first. 첫 번째로 단어를 살펴보겠습니다. Sorry, I just lost my place. Here we go. 네, 1번은요.
네.
이민하다 그리고 이민자.
네, 이민하다는 like I plan to immigrate to Canada 이렇게 할 수 있는데요. 만약에 제가 이 곳을 떠나서 다른 나라로 가게 된다면은 emigrate란 단어를 써요.
그죠.
그래서 이
당연하죠.
두 개 단어가 있는데 헷갈릴 수가 있거든요.
목적이랑 유래가 중요한 거죠.
Right, going to and where you're leaving the country from.
So if I'm saying I'm leaving from the origin, I'm emigrating from England
Exactly.
to come to Korea.
Right.
But if I'm from the different perspective, I have immigrated to Korea.
Right.
Yeah.
맞아요.
헷갈리네요.
엄청 헷갈려요. 그래가지고 내가 어디를 간다라고 말할 때는 I'm emigrating to 이렇게 하면 되는데 어디를 떠나서 어디 간다 하면은 I'm emigrating out of to immigrate to.
So emigrate, 어디에서 왔는지 is E-M-I-G-R-A-T-E. Emigrated from, 근데 immigrated to is I-M-M-I-G-R-A-T-E.
Right.
Yeah, I immigrated to.
Right.
Emigrated from.
맞습니다.
It's a very small difference, but it's. I mean, people always confuse them. I myself, I interchange them incorrectly, so
네.
don't worry too much if you get it wrong.
It's a mix and match, and I'm sure they will understand.
근데 이민자는요?
이민자는요, immigrant입니다. 그래서 I-M-M-I-G-R-A-N-T, immigrant.
Immigrant, yeah. Someone who's living in a foreign country and working for citizenship.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, there are lots of different words as well. 이민자 그리고 외국인, we have like foreigner or expat or immigrant.
Yeah.
Lots of different words. They're kind of similar, but they kind of have these 좀 미세한 차이들이 좀 있는 것 같아요.
그렇죠. 그러면 expat의 단어를 한번 살펴볼게요. expatriates의 줄임말이잖아요. expatriates의 줄임말이면 그냥 외국인들인데 어느 나라에서 sojourning하고 있다. 그러니까 살고 있다. Maybe it's permanent residency, maybe it's a long-term stay visa, or maybe 1 to 2 year short-term stay.
그리고 foreigner라는 단어보다 조금 더 좋은 말인 것 같아요. expat.
그 그러니까 거주를 좀 오래 하는 외국인들 입장에서는 foreigner라는 단어를 별로 안 좋아하더라고요.
그죠.
근데 여기서 거주하고 있고 뭐 세금도 내고 있는 외국인들이면
자기는
자기는
잡았으니까.
네, expat라고 불리길 바라는 외국인들이 생각보다 많더라고요.
All right. Yeah, if you want to learn more, go to your local immigration office. That's all we know for today.
Yeah.
Let's move on to number 2. 두 번째로 넘어가겠습니다. 이번은요. 영주권.
네.
영주권. 그리고 시민권.
영주권.
What is 영주권?
영주권은 일정한 자격을 갖춘 외국인에게 주는 그 나라에서 영주할 수 있는 권리입니다.
그리고 시민권은요?
일반 국민이나 주민이 누리고 가지는 권리이죠.
So I guess 영주권은 is kind of it's a visa you get to live here as almost as free as a citizen. It's a permanent residency.
Right.
Permanent residency.
Yeah, it's almost close to as a citizenship, but it's not.
Some caveats.
Yeah. It's like you're not a citizen, but you get to live like a citizen.
근데 영주권은 만료되지 않아 가지고
네.
그 장점이 있어요.
네,
Yeah,
맞습니다.
It doesn't expire.
Oh, you mean 시민권?
영주권 also doesn't expire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You have to update the card every 10 years, but it will last forever.
Right. I
Unless
guess you have to keep renewing it.
Unless you leave the country for a long
Right.
time.
Yeah, that's true too.
And what is 시민권?
시민권은 영어로 citizenship이라고 하죠. 네,
Yeah.
citizenship. citizenship이 아니고요. citizenship.
Be careful with that. 발음
네.
조심하세요. Citizenship. In America, they have a green card,
Yeah,
which
green
is their
card.
영주권, right?
네, 그 green card라고 말하는 거는 미국에서만 해당되는 영주권입니다.
네, 맞습니다. All right, let's move on to number 3.
영주권은 영어로 뭐예요?
Permanent residency.
네, permanent residency 혹은 PR이라고도 많이 하죠.
Oh, like talk to my PR team.
Oh, like a promotional team?
홍보팀.
홍보팀, PR 팀. 근데 PR 카드 있냐고 이렇게 물어보거든요.
처음 들었어요.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so let's move on to our third one. 투자 이민 그리고 취업 이민입니다.
I didn't even see the second one, so I didn't translate it.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, I'm going to rely on you for this one. But I can guess what it means.
Yeah.
투자 이민은 your investment immigration.
Right.
투자를 하기 위해서 이민하는 거죠.
네, 이 어떤 나라에서는 투자 이민이라는 개념이 없고요. 투자 영주권이 따로 있더라고요. 그래서 investment visa라고도 많이 흔하게 해요.
Investment visa. So
Right.
you can't really live here and work here, but you can invest.
Yeah. And through through investment, maybe to buy land, to buy building, you can earn the rights to live.
그러면 취업 이민은요? work visa겠죠?
Yeah, work visa or employment visa.
Employment visa. Yeah, work visa, employment visa. Yeah, I think that's the most popular one. A lot of people generally have employment visas. I know I came to Korea first as an English teacher, and I had an employment teaching visa.
Right.
취업 이민이었죠.
네네네.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Lots of restrictions.
Right. And a lot of the people, because I'm Canadian by citizenship, they think I could just work in America, but they're two different countries. And I had to apply for, a work visa to work in
Really?
America.
But your passport is Canadian.
Yeah. We have, we have NAFTA agreement, we have the free trade agreement between the two countries. So we can kind of like freely go about,
Yeah.
but to work and live in America as a Canadian, you
Yeah.
need a proper working visa.
영국도 옛날에 이 유럽에서 좀 자유롭게 돌아다니면서 일할 수 있었는데
네.
Now we're no longer part of the EU.
그렇죠. 그 엑스 핵에서
Exactly.
네.
Anyway, that's all the words. That's all the words we have, but we do have some phrases. 이제 표현들을 살펴보겠습니다. What's the first one?
The first one is 우리 삼촌은 올해 말 미국으로 이민을 가십니다. 네.
Cool.
네, my uncle will immigrate to US at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's perfect. I didn't say immigrate because if I'm talking with my friends, 만약 제 친구랑 얘기하고 있다면 이 immigrate라는 말보다 조금 더 쉬운 말 쓸 것 같아요. moving. 그냥 my uncle is moving to the US at the end of this year.
그죠. 거기서 만약에 이제 더 궁금하면 for how long이라고 묻겠죠.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to live there permanently.
Yeah.
Or to just stay there for 2 years.
Usually moving이라고 하면 뭐 이사가는 거죠. So it's going to be a long time. 장기간이겠죠.
Right.
Yeah. So you can say moving to or immigrating to. Let's move on to number 2. 두 번째로 넘어가겠습니다. 이민자들이 많은 나라는 어디인가요?
이민자들이 많은 나라. So a country that has a lot of immigrants. So which country has a lot of immigrants?
Which country has a lot of immigrants? I mean, lots of countries do have a lot of people from abroad.
Right.
I know Turkey takes a lot,
yeah.
especially from neighboring countries, especially as refugees. Turkey takes a lot. I know Canada take quite a lot. England takes a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, US too.
Yeah, for real.
All right.
All right, let's move on to number 3.
네, 세 번째는요. 이민을 가서 그 나라의 문화에 적응하려면 많은 시간이 필요합니다.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So 어느 나라든 문화에 적응하려면 시간이 필요하죠. So it takes a while for any immigrant to get used to the new country's culture.
Yeah, to get used to, 적응하려면, to get used to. I said it takes a lot of time to assimilate to another country's culture and custom.
Oh, assimilate.
Assimilate means to become the same. Or it's like 그냥 적응하는 거죠.
네.
Assimilating into the culture, you know, not sticking out, 튀지 않고. Yeah.
Not saying like, what is
시민들이랑-
this? Why do you guys act like that? 이게
그죠.
아니고요. Oh,
시민들이랑 똑같이 행동하고 같은 문화도 알고 막.
네.
데이비드는 캐나다 가서 얼마 만에 적응했어요?
근데 저는 어릴 때 갔으니까 한 달?
진짜
이제 걸린 것 같아요. 언어도 한 달 만에 다 배웠었어요. Because I
진짜요?
went to
영어 학원? In Korea?
학원이 아니고요. 그냥
In Korea, did you go to 영어 학원 as a kid?
안 했어요.
Oh,
근데 저는 학교에 저만 아시안이었어요.
yeah.
All the classmates were
빨리 배웠어요.
네, 어쩔 수 없이 영어만 하니까
Yeah.
all my friends just spoke English and French to me. So I just naturally just picked up the language.
그럼 한 달 동안 이 소외감을 많이 느꼈겠네요.
No, they were really friendly.
Really?
They were, doing sign languages to me because I could understand.
Canadians are so nice.
They are.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
wonderful people.
인류의 충전소님 saying, wow, smart kiddo, David.
아니, 이게 environment가 진짜 중요해요. 환경.
I think you had a very good group of friends around you.
Yeah, I was very fortunate.
Yeah.
많은 안 좋은 케이스도 많이 들었기 때문에 I was very fortunate to have lived and grew up in that environment.
Awesome.
야, 그 타운이랑 그 시티의 그 네이버후드가 진짜 좋았던 것 같아요.
All right, those were our words and phrases all about immigration and moving to other countries. It's time to move on to our philosophy. David, 오늘의 철학은요?
Well, I actually brought a quote by Tony Blair. Who used to be
옛날 영국 총리였죠.
네, 영국 총리였습니다. And he said, a simple way to take measure of a country is to look at how many want in and how many want out. 그래서 어떤 나라의 그 상황이나 그 퀄리티를 보고 싶으면 얼마나 사람들이 빠져나가고 싶은지 아니면 이민 오고 싶은지 그 숫자를 보면 된다.
So if it's lots more coming in compared to more leaving, it's a good country.
Exactly. Which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of logical.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. It means lots of people want to enjoy those benefits.
And so far, well, according to the 2022 stats, 2022년도에 따르면 a lot of foreign people have been coming to Korea. Not just for immigration, but for like checking things out. And a lot of people have been coming in to stay for short term as well. So Korea is doing a good job, I think.
Yeah, for real. I thought, of course, having borders and, regulations is important. But sometimes I like to think, 국경이란 사람이 만든 것이에요. 솔직히 말하면 없어요. It's just arbitrary lines in between pieces of land
Right.
that we separate ourselves from. At the end of the day, we're all the same, living on this planet. So I don't think we should really 그렇게 따지면 안 될 것 같아요. 너는 외국인이고 나는 이 나라 사람이야. We're just people at the end of the day.
Yeah, I've seen some people who are very open-minded who call themselves citizens of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, we need borders for social and global peace and logistics and order. 질서를 위해서 되게 중요하긴 하지만 we shouldn't let that define us.
Yeah, very well said.
All right. Anyway, that was today's Chat Lab English. And every day we go over a very interesting topic that AI chooses for us. We're going to take a song break and then we'll be right back. This is 출발 by 김동률.
아주 멀리까지 가보고 싶어 그곳에서 누구를 만날 수가 있을지 아주 높이까지 오르고 싶어 얼마나 더 먼 곳을 바라볼 수 있을지 작은 물병 하나 먼지 낀 카메라 때 묻은 지도 가방 안에 넣고서 언덕을 넘어 숲길을 헤치고 가벼운 발걸음 닿는 대로 끝없이 이어진 길을 천천히 걸어가네 멍하니 앉아서 쉬기도 하고 가끔 길을 잃어도 서두르지 않는 법 언젠가는 나도 알게 되겠지 이 길이 곧 나에게 가르쳐 줄 테니까 촉촉한 땅바닥 앞서간 발자국 처음 보는 하늘 그래도 난 익은 길 언덕을 넘어 숲길을 헤치고 가벼운 발걸음 닿는 대로 끝없이 이어진 길을 천천히 걸어가네 새로운 풍경에 가슴이 뛰고 별것 아닌 일에도 호들갑을 떨면서 나는 걸어가네 휘파람 불며 때로는 넘어져도 내 길을 걸어가네 작은 물병 하나 먼지 낀 카메라 때 묻은 지도 가방 안에 넣고서 언덕을 넘어 숲길을 헤치고 가벼운 발걸음 닿는 대로 끝없이 이어진 길을 천천히 걸어가 내가 잘하고 정든 이 거리를 난 가끔 그리워하겠지만 이렇게 나는 떠나네 더 넓은 세상으로
Sensational!
He's done the impossible!
What a screamer!
Hole in one. Welcome to Locker Lingo. Yes. This segment will dive into the world of sports. We'll be listening to interview clips of people from the sports world. Also go over some interesting facts about the sport itself. 이 local lingo에서는 스포츠 관계자의 인터뷰도 듣고 스포츠와 관련한 유익한 정보나 표현들을 살펴보는 코너입니다. Now, it's last time we had Courage before that as well. We've had a lot of different sports. We had martial arts. We covered that. We played lacrosse. Anything to do with balls and stuff. We covered that pretty much.
Yeah. What's left?
그러니까요. 무슨 스포츠가 남았을까요? 무슨 스포츠를 할까요? 고민 중에 제가
고갈된 거 아닌가요 이제?
네?
다 고갈된 거 아닌가요?
아니에요. 진짜 많이 남았어요.
Okay.
진짜 많이 남았는데 이 스포츠는 제가 관심이 있었지만 한 번도 접하지는 못한 스포츠예요.
Okay.
And I think we might have done this similar sport-like things before, but we'll have to guess the sport ourselves by listening to an audio clip.
Tensed, and they are off first time. Remember, Britain lane 1, Canada lane 2, Germany lane.
뭔가 좀 경만 같아요.
경마 같았어요.
Yeah.
그럴 수도 있겠다.
Yeah.
그렇죠.
And they're off.
And they're off. And
Yeah.
they're off. 이 런던 올림픽스에 나온 그 커멘테이터 목소리거든요. 그리고 뒤에 나오는 소리는 사실 말은 아니었고요. It's a group of people on something.
Yeah.
And they're racing. So it's a team race.
Okay.
And there were Great Britain on lane 1, Canada on lane 2, Germany on lane 3, and Netherlands on lane 4.
Oh, lanes.
Lanes, yes.
Okay.
What do you think? What kind of sport involves lanes?
Running.
And group of people.
Usually running.
근데 팀 단체로 뛰지 않잖아요, running은.
Oh, well then relay.
Not a relay. They're not on ground. I'll
What?
tell you that.
They're
They're
flying?
not on ground. They're not flying. There are no flying sports yet introduced.
점프?
아닙니다.
롱점프?
물 위에서 하는 스포츠입니다.
물 위에?
네.
물 안에 말고?
네, 안 말고 위에서 둥둥 뜨는 스포츠입니다.
Floating?
Rowing.
Oh, rowing.
Oh, come on, Nick.
I don't know why I
Give
didn't
you
think.
enough hints.
I forgot boats existed.
그죠?
Oh, rowing.
맨날 뭐 비행기만 타시니까.
Row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream.
Hopefully they didn't have to encounter any crocodiles here.
Hopefully not.
But I wanted to go over an interesting word that I always thought was I always never knew the meaning of. Because in the Olympics, they call preliminary races heats.
Yeah.
I was like, what do heats mean?
Yeah, heats is usually the 뭐 예선전.
그죠?
Yeah, before the 결승전,
네.
you go through the heats.
Right. Quarterfinals, semifinals, finals 전에는 히트라고 부르더라고요. 그래서
yeah.
히트가 진짜 너무 특이한 단어라서 한번 짚어보고 싶었고요.
너무 뜨거워가지고.
그런가요? Is that why? Because I try to look
don't
at
know.
the meanings behind it. Well, apparently, the term heat has been used in English since at least the early 17th century to refer to races or contests of any sort, not necessarily just preliminary ones.
Heat is used. Heat has so many meanings. Of course, it means like 뭐 열기란 뜻도 있고 예선전. 그리고 animals are in heat이라고 할 때 이제 뭐 이제 아기를 낳을 시간이 다 됐다. You know,
Yeah.
animals.
Right.
Yeah.
히트라는 단어에 진짜 다양한 뜻도 있습니다. 이 rowing은 한국말로 뭔지 알아요, 닉?
Rowing.
로잉. 로잉 스포츠 보자 우리.
I don't know what is it.
조정입니다.
Like fixing, controlling.
그죠? 저도
조정하는 거?
조정이라는 단어 보고 깜짝 놀랐어요. 히트도 그런데 조정은 또 뭐지?
Yeah.
이 로잉이라는 스포츠는 한국말로 조정이라고 하고요.
Oh.
이 로잉이라는 스포츠의 올림픽에서 하는 스포츠의 로잉은 두 가지가 좀 큰데요. Sweep rowing and sculling.
Sculling.
Yeah.
Like
But
그게 뭘?
이게 이 스컬링이 아니에요. 이 스컬은 K로 하잖아요.
Yeah.
근데 이거는 SCULLING.
발음은 똑같고.
발음은 비슷해요. 네, sweep rowing or sweep oar rowing is where you use a single oar and each rower handles one oar. What's a tongue twister?
Yeah, the oar is the no,
네,
right?
노를
Yeah.
한 사람이 하나를 가지고 rowing 하는 게 sweep rowing입니다.
There's You know, in England, you know the universities, the famous universities, 이 명대문이 있죠.
네.
케임브리지 그리고 옥스퍼드.
Right.
이 매년 해마다 컴피팅 하거든요.
Rowing?
Yeah, 조장 컴피팅 해가지고 every year either I think it's Cambridge or Oxford.
Yeah.
Whoever wins is like glory.
Oh, must be intense.
Yeah.
엄청 competitive 할 것 같아요.
Yeah.
네, 그래서 이 로잉에서 또 중요한 분이 있는데 그 중요한 팀메이트 중에 중요한 사람이 있는데 마치 캡틴 같은 역할을 해요. 그 사람을 영어로 coxswain이라고 합니다.
The coxswain. I've heard this word before.
I was like, coxswain, that's an interesting word.
Oh, it's his surname as well. I have not a friend, but 지인 있었는데
네.
이 성은 coxswain이었어요.
coxswain이었어요.
네.
이 스펠링은 COXSWAIN.
Oh wow. Oh, coxswain.
But they pronounce it coxswain.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They say coxswain, so I just said coxswain.
I've heard coxswain or coxswain before.
Okay.
Never used it myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
이 키잡이라는 이 역할을 하는 사람이라고 합니다. 키잡이가 그냥 they're the steersman of a ship's boat.
Okay.
And they usually sit at the end or the front and basically do the chanting and making sure all the rowers are on the same pace.
Yeah, there's always one at the front who doesn't have to row. 너무 쉽게 열심히 해. 화이팅. 할 수 있다.
코치 같은 역할이잖아요.
Yeah, I bet the people rowing must be like, 그 사람이 진짜
너는 일도 안 하고 말이야.
가만히 있고 막 너무 편하겠네.
네, actually, they have an important role. They're responsible to steering the boat and coordinating the power and rhythm of the rowers.
Right, so they're kind of like the conductor of the boats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
이쪽만 너무 세게 하면 안 되니까
그죠.
이쪽 왔다
뭐
오른쪽
잡고
왼쪽.
가야죠. 예.
네, 맞습니다. 이 스컬링이랑 스윕 로잉이 좀 다른 게 스컬링에서는 이 로우 하는 사람이 그 노젓이 두 개예요. One in each hand. So that's the main difference between sweep rowing and sculling.
Okay.
And when it comes to rowing, contrary to what many people think, you need stronger legs than arms.
I guess it works your thighs, your 허벅지, and your glutes. It's going to be very intense.
네,
Yeah.
저는 로잉 머신을 헬스장에서 써본 적이 있거든요.
Yeah.
로잉 머신을 하면은 허벅지 운동 하나도 안 돼요.
Really?
You've tried rowing machines, right?
Yeah. Where does
Yeah.
it work out? I can't remember.
Oh, it works out your back,
Okay.
your lats muscles.
자세가 안 좋다는 뜻이잖아요.
아니에요. 원래 그 로잉 머신은 백 운동이고요.
근데 진짜 로잉이 조정을 할 때.
진짜 로잉은 의자가 움직이잖아요.
Yeah.
So you're using your legs to push yourself to the back.
그렇죠.
Yeah, but at the gyms, you don't push yourself to the back. You just have the machines to pull. So, anywho, in rowing, you need strong glutes, strong legs, strong quads, and it just blew my mind. So yeah,
Interesting. I'd love to try the real thing.
Like
But
rowing.
I've tried kayaking and that's hard enough.
yeah, kayaking.
That's not even competitive.
kayaking is fun.
근데 힘들어요.
친구들이랑 레이스하면 재밌잖아요.
그죠. 근데 힘들기만 해.
그 다음에 이제 다시 집으로 돌아올 때 큰일 나죠.
Exactly. We have 인류의 충전소님생 옛날에 무땡 도전에서 영국에서 rowing을 했었는데 너무 재미있게 봤던 기억이 있어요.
네.
Oh, I haven't seen that episode, but I guess they went to England and did some rowing. That would have been fun.
I guess England is very, very into that rowing sport.
Yeah, it's
Like you said.
it's kind of like a traditional thing.
Yeah.
I don't know many people who do it.
It's an international thing. International dominance가 historically Great Britain, the US, Germany, and Australia have had strong rowing traditions and have performed well at the Olympics. 네.
We have Brandon and Aiden님 saying hi 4pm duo. 조정 이야기 너무 재미있고 새로운 단어들을 알게 되어서 기뻐요. 감사합니다. 이 데이비드의 의견에 전적으로 동감입니다. 로잉 머신 이용 시 아무 느낌이 없어서 궁금했어요.
Yeah, the machines are just for your back, but when it comes to real rowing, the sport itself,
It's different.
허벅지 진짜 중요합니다. So they say legs and then your core muscles and then arms last.
Okay.
그리고 저희 이 러클링고 코너에서는 또 스포츠에 나오는 스포츠 선수나 코치 이런 인터뷰를 또 듣잖아요. So I've brought an interview clip from two Irishmen who won silver in rowing at the Rio 26 Olympics. 이 아일랜드 잉글리시가 좀 엄청 thick accent가 있거든요. 다이렉트가 있잖아요. 2016 Rio Olympics에 나온 인터뷰인데요. 일단 한번 제가 설명 없이 한번 무슨 말을 하는지 한번 들어볼게요.
Lads, listen, Paul, what has the last few hours been like for you?
I've been shook enough now, to be honest, since the racing. A bit tired now and the legs are like jelly. But yeah, I suppose we did a bit of celebrating and did the podium thing and got to put on the podium pants as well. So that was quite nice. And saw the mother and the father and a few other people and took a few pictures and that. And then I had to go and do this doping control thing. So
I love Irish accents. 아일랜드 발음은 너무 멋있어요.
멋있어요?
멋있어요.
혹시 따라할 수 있어요?
My legs felt like jelly like. I did a lot of rowing and it was pretty good like. I don't want to do it again though like.
like 진짜 많이 쓰네요.
Now, usually, you know, a lot of Americans like British accents. 미국 사람은 웬만하면 다 영국 발음을 좋아하는데 영국 사람들은 아일랜드 발음을 되게 좋아하거든요.
그래요?
되게 멋있고 좀 섹시하다고 생각해서. Yeah. So it's a lot of girls do.
Oh, really?
A lot of my female friends liked Irish guys.
Irish 발음 좀 배워봐야 되겠네요.
Exactly. But I understood maybe like half of it.
Oh, really? I thought you would understand pretty much all of it.
Yeah, I was kind of concentrating on his voice. Yeah, if I concentrated, I could more.
진짜요?
But, yeah.
저도 힘들어서 이 closed caption, subtitle 너튜브에서 나온 거라서 subtitle을 보고 알았습니다. 그래서 인터뷰어가 몇 시간 동안 그 last few hours는 어땠냐라는 질문을 했거든요. And he said, I've been shooken up, to be honest. 이렇게 말했어요. shooken up. 그러니까 막 너무 그냥 흥분했다? 약간 이런 느낌이었다. 레이스가 끝나고 나서 Since the race, my legs turned into like jelly라고 했어요.
Yeah.
이 다리가 너무 힘을 많이 써서 지금
흔들, 막
젤리처럼
떨리고.
힘도 없다. 뭐 이런 거죠. 그리고 I suppose we did a bit of celebrity and the podium thing 이렇게 말을 했거든요. 그래서 연예인처럼 느꼈고 포디엄 가서 메달도 땄으니까 그런 celebrity thing을 했다. 그런 thing을 했다라고 말을 했어요.
그 연예인들이 다 하는 것을 나도 좀 한 번 다 해봤고.
네, 그런 thing을 나도 해봤다. 그래서 포디엄에서 올라가고 엄청 좋았다. It was quite nice. 그리고 saw the mother and the father 이렇게 말을 했는데요. 처음에 들었을 때 murder라고 들렸어요. 저는.
murder.
Murder. 그래서 I'm like murder? 왜 갑자기 murder 하지?
살인?
네, 살인이 아니었고 saw the mother and the father and few other people. Took a few pictures and then I had to go and do this doping control thing.
thing이라는 말을 많이 쓰네.
thing을 많이 썼어요. 단어가 생각 안 나면 thing, like 이런 거 많이 쓰잖아요.
그죠.
네.
Yeah.
그래서 마약 검사도 하러 갔다라는 뜻이었는데 다시 한번 인터뷰 클립을 듣고 이제 무슨 말을 하는지 한번 제대로 들어보세요.
Lads, listen, Paul, what has the last few hours been like for you?
I've been shook enough now, to be honest, since the racing. A bit tired now and the legs are like jelly. But yeah, I suppose we did a bit of celebrating and did the podium thing and got to put on the podium pants as well. So that was quite nice. And saw the mother and the father and a few other people and took a few pictures and that. And then I had to go and do this doping control thing. So
이제 데이비드 설명해 주셨으니까 이제 다 좀 알아들었어요.
어느 정도 이제 이해가 들어오죠.
The second time around,
Right.
That doping control thing, I was like, what's that first?
What?
Doping control?
Yeah.
Doping.
인류의 충전선님 also commenting, no idea what he was saying at the beginning. Hopefully you're able to catch what he was saying afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, today's Locker Lingo, we covered rowing. Really got to know the sport rowing with, deeper insights on how you should use your quad muscles, your leg muscles. 이제부터 하체 운동을 좀 시작해야 되겠습니다.
Let's do that. I'm motivated now. Legs, we should focus more on leg day.
Yeah, no more arms.
No more arms.
Yeah.
You can never have enough of arm day, man. But let's focus on leg day.
Let's do. Let's wrap up this corner and the first half. We'll be back at 5, so don't go anywhere, guys. This is Symphony by Clean Bandit.
I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless. Life was stringing me along. Then you came and you cut me loose. Was solo singing on my own. Now I can't find a key without you. And now your song just wanna be part of your symphony. Will you hold me tight and not let go? Symphony, like a love song on the radio. Will you hold me tight and not let go? I'm sorry if it's all too much, but every day you're here I'm healing, and I was running out of luck. I never thought I'd find this feeling, 'cause I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence, a rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless, and now your song is on repeat, and I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. Will you hold me tight and not let go? Symphony, like a love song on the radio. Will you hold me tight and not let go?
부산의 축제, 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳, 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산, 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
70 years ago, Busan was the provisional capital of a war-torn Korea. But thanks to the international community, we emerged into an economic powerhouse embracing technology and industries. And now we wish to return the favor. The world now faces critical transitions stemming from digital inequity, food insecurity, climate change, and the pandemic. Sharing our unique journey of overcoming post-war poverty, we will put our heads together and move towards progress. Busan is now the model city of the fourth industrial revolution and smart city infrastructure. Looking ahead to 2030, Busan is prepared to attract the World Expo.
부산은 준비됐습니다. 부산 나상상. 부산 준비하라. 부산 준비됐지.
Busan is ready. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
BEFM invites you to the 2023 My Life, My English Speech Festival.
2023 부산영어방송 세계시민 네트워킹 파티에 여러분을 초대합니다.
The festival features inspiring stories by the winners of the 2023 My Life, My English, followed by the networking party, where we get to meet all of you.
1부에는 2023 My Life, My English 참가자와의 시간이, 2부에는 다양한 이벤트와 미션이 가득한 네트워킹 파티가 이어집니다.
Besides that, let's gather our support for the final push for the 2030 World Expo in Busan.
깊어가는 가을, 부산 바다가 아름답게 펼쳐지는 동백섬. 세계의 정상들이 모여서 회의했던 바로 그곳. 누리마루 에이펙 하우스에서 세계 시민 여러분을 기다립니다. 자세한 사항은 부산 영어방송 홈페이지를 참고해주세요.
See you on October the 21st.
지금 방송 광고라는 부메랑을 던져보세요. 소비자를 향해 정확히 날아가는 광고. 힘차게 돌아가는 경제. 부메랑처럼 다시 기업의 이익으로 되돌아오니까요. 방송 광고, 경제에 큰 힘이 됩니다. 부산 방송광고발전 협의회. The time is now 5 o'clock.
새로 배운 영어 표현은 앙 물어보고
모르는 영어 표현은 잉 물어보셔라. 교통부터 비즈니스 영어까지.
Bite into new English expressions.
When somebody says, "How are you?" what do you usually say? You could say, "I'm fine, and you?" But how about saying, "I'm doing great," or "I'm fantastic"?
It might be easy, but sometimes you just can't recall or remember what to say. And if you are in that situation, all you have to do is to ask us.
That's right, because in this segment we'll dig into one sentence per day, so don't hesitate or be afraid to ask any English expression. 네, 궁금한 표현이 있다면 물어봐 주세요.
Today's Bite English expression is BTW. By the way, 그런데 말이야.
BTW. By the way, by the way. It's an interesting expression, by the way. I guess I never thought about it literally, but by the way, 뭐 가는 길에, on the way, as we're on this road, 그 얘기가 나온 김에, we might as well talk about it. 그런데 말이야.
Yeah,
anyway,
말이야.
when would you use this expression? When would you say BTW?
BTW는 채팅, 텍스트 위주로만 쓰죠.
그죠.
실제로 BTW라고 말을 안 하니까.
그죠. By the way의 뭐 약자니까.
네.
뭐 텍스팅 할 때 뭐 SNS에서 BTW 엄청 많이 쓰는데. 근데 말로 얘기할 때는 by the way이라고 합니다.
By the way. 그냥 뭔가 하나 더 추가하고 싶을 때. 말을 추가하고 싶을 때 by the way 많이 쓰죠.
It's kind of 그냥 과로라고 생각하시면 돼요. Right? You're like, so I was going to the shop earlier today and by the way, it's not very good. But I went over there and they had lots of food.
You could say it like that.
과로한 있는 내용.
I was thinking more like, yeah, it was nice seeing you, Nick. By the way, I'll see you tomorrow at Jimmy's party.
그런 by the way도 있죠. 여러 가지 by the way 있겠네.
그냥 꼭 안 넣어도 되는 phrase 그냥 추가로 하고 싶은데 그런데 말이야 이런 뜻입니다.
Yeah.
그런데 말이야 다음 주에 보잖아 우리.
So yeah, any kind of new information you want to add after the fact or in between sentences.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, do you like David?
By the way, nice haircut.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. Are there any other similar expressions? By the way.
By the way.
Oh, yeah. Also. Also? You think also?
Yeah. Also.
Oh, also, are you coming to the party later?
I was thinking of moreover.
Moreover.
That's for written stuff.
Too Shakespearean now.
writing만 쓰는 거죠, moreover.
I think by the way is the most common expression used. By the way, did you hear about that news?
Yeah. By the way, BTW.
Yeah. Now, what about by the way versus anyway? Anyway는 무슨 뜻일까요?
Anyway는 약간 주제 바꿀 때 많이 쓰잖아요.
Yeah, 약간 상황이 조금 어색해졌을 때 anyway. 아무튼
그런 느낌이에요.
Anyway. Or yeah, I think when it's become kind of awkward, you're like, anyway, back onto the agenda. Let's 정신 차리자.
그죠.
Yeah. But they're quite different anyway.
Yeah.
그 anyway도 있죠.
By the way, how can we react to this? When you say by the way.
I mean, I don't react to the by the way. I react to what comes after the by the way.
Depends on what it is.
So say something to me.
By the way, are we still up for that dinner?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
By the way, 중요하지 않죠 여기. You just react to the sentence.
그죠. 뒤에 나오는 콘텍스트가 중요하지. By the way 자체는 뭐 그냥
그렇죠.
더 붙이려고 하는 그런 middle phrase라고 생각하면 됩니다.
일요일충 선생님 saying some interesting thing, saying 예전에 by the way라는 편의점도 있었어요.
Oh, really?
But by spelled with B-U-Y.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's very clever.
Yeah.
By the way, I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's brilliant stuff. Great. Yeah. So this is a very useful thing you can use if you're texting. Just send BTW. If you're speaking, just say by the way. 그런데 말이야.
네.
그리고. Yeah.
BTW에 또 다른 약자가 있는 거 아세요?
BTW? I only know
저는 by the way로만 썼어요. BTW를. But I've seen people using BTW as between.
Oh, between two things.
between의 약자를 BTW라고 쓰는 사람들이 있더라고요.
Really? I would get so confused.
Yeah. So one time I saw something like between you and me. 근데 그래서 by the way you and me 이게 뭔 뜻이지? 엄청 헷갈려 있었어요.
그것도 말이 되죠. It's by the way you and me dating. 뭐.
So I was like, by the way you and me, what do you mean?
We need to 통일할 필요가 있는 것 같아요.
그죠.
아니면 헷갈리죠.
저는 between은 B/W 쓰거든요.
Yeah.
You use it too, right?
Same with password.
Yeah.
PW.
Yeah, PW, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
아무튼, by the way, BTW, we have lots of prizes
Yes,
that you
we
can
do.
win if you message it. What you you say it.
yeah. By the way, we have lots of gifts here. We have 반반 치킨 콜라 세트, 햄버거 쿠폰, 아이스크림 교환권, 떠먹는 조각 케이크 교환권, 도넛 교환권, in English, chicken cola combo coupon, hamburger coupon, donut coupon, a slice of cake and ice cream coupon.
그리고 놀라운 작시의 세계를 즐길 수 있는 작시미술관 Museum of Illusion 관람 티켓도 있습니다. Tickets for the Museum of Illusion in Busan Cinema Center, Biff Hill in 해운대, where you can explore some great illusions and take a few pictures too.
네, 부산 대표 랜드마크 해운대 LCT에 위치한 하늘 위의 바다 부산 액세스가이 전망대 입장권 1인당 2명씩 선물로 드립니다. We have admission tickets for Busan Access-Sky Top Floor Observatory, which is located at LCT in 해운대, the highest point in Busan.
맞습니다. 그리고 차가워지는 계절에 여러분의 건강을 책임질 건강식이 선물로 준비되어 있습니다. 엄선된 식재료와 정성으로 맛과 건강을 책임지는 삼계탕과 닭요리 전문점 동백삼계탕 마린시티점에서 2인 식사권을 드립니다. If you want a chance to win any of these prizes, just send your messages to pound 9050, 샵 9050 should cost you 101 or a Kakao message. We got Estuknim. Hello, my friend, saying, good afternoon, guys. I heard David delivering the news at 2 p.m. Was it you?
Oh yeah, I did do the news at 2 p.m.
You did?
Oh, you tuned in. Oh wow.
I thought you only did 4 p.m. duo.
저를 부르더라고요.
배신자. You traitor.
오늘까지만 뉴스를 했습니다.
You sounded so clear and a little sexy, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh wow, really?
I hope I can hear your news voice often. You know, David, I think your voice is very suited to the news. Lots of people say that.
말씀을 하고 싶은 거예요,
4pm
지금?
듀오에도 잘 어울리고 그냥 뉴스에도 딱 진짜 그런 목소리인 것 같아요.
그래요?
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. You too.
Can you read something in news form? Can you read?
아니에요. 그건 뉴스 때만
선물
들으셔야죠.
소개 뉴스식으로 좀 해보세요.
선물 소개요? 아니요, 못해요. 선물은 선물이니까.
부러워할 필요 없어요.
네.
All right, anyway, we got Jenny Nim as well. Hello, my friend, saying, hi, Nick and David. How are you today? I just lost it.
Yeah, she said 두 분은 한국어 실력이 대단하세요. 한자에 익숙치 않은 웬만한 어떤 분들이랑 나올지도 몰라요. 여기까지 하겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다.
오늘도 행복한 여행 부탁드려요. He will send you on an English trip today.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, message in for your chance to win prizes and just for a bit of fun too. We're going to take a song break. This is BTW by JB.
어디든지 너와 같이 by the way 구경시켜줄게 전부 by the way 나만 믿고 따라와 내 손을 잡아 나를 꽉 잡아 24 every day you're my baby Did you feel me? You're my baby 24 every day you're my baby Did you feel me? You're my baby 널 위해 준비한 맘 내겐 해놓을지도 몰라 But it's okay, I care about you Get close to me if you want me 우연을 가장하고 널 touch 조심스레 다가가 네 옆에 좋은 건 늘 너와 같이 함께 내 맘을 내게 각인시켜 tonight 어디든지 너와 같이 by the way 구경시켜줄게 좀
for Flash Pop Quiz. Do you often visit museums or galleries? Now in Busan, there are many places to see historical relics and artworks. And it's been reported that the Korean art market is getting younger. This is because the MZ generation or MZ generation has begun to focus attention on artworks. 이 각종 미술 작품 앞에서 인증샷을 남기기도 하고 미술 작품을 구매하기도 하는 열풍이 불고 있다고 하는데요. 오늘은 이런 미술관 혹은 박물관과 관련된 사람에 대한 문제를 한번 내보겠습니다.
네, 이 사람은 박물관이나 미술관 등에서 전시물의 수집과 관리 및 연구, 전시 기획 등 종합적인 업무를 담당하는 일을 합니다. This is a person who is a content specialist charged with an institution's collections and involved with the interpretation of heritage material, including historical artifacts. What do we call this person? Number 1, curator. Number 2, barista. Number 3, topstar. 이 사람은 어떤 사람일까요? 큐레이터, 바리스타, 톱스타.
톱스타일 수도 있네요.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very important people.
They are indeed. Yeah, send us your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9010, triple 101, or a Kakao Talk message. There are some chances to win prizes, so get sending. We're going to take a song break, and then we'll be right back. This is Artist by Jiko.
We artists, baby. We artists. I go. 뭔가 예감 좋아. 번뜩 악상이 떠올라. 금토일 또 월요일 같이 사는 내게 상 줄 거야. Alright, all 해도 스케줄 꽉 차고 길 가면 다 알아보고 플래시 찰 겁나 핫하고 그런데도 나 외로워. 오슈라도 지루해주기 직전인 사람. 절대 양반은 못 되는 사람. 굳이 긁어 부스러 만든 사람. 아주 박살을 내버린 사람들. Yes. 언제까지 머릿속만 시끄러울래. 예술의 조회가 있다면 Let's do something. From now on 모든 것을 백지로 되돌려놓고 생각 말고 저질러 부순 너 가지고 있어. 제일 감각 있잖아 자기 집 거울 앞에서. Yeah. Life is short, art is long. 너나 쟤나 I'll make you say we artists baby. We artists baby. We artists baby. Hey, life is short, art is long. 너나 쟤나 I'll make you say 2, 3. Let me think about it. 도대체 뭘 얻고자 왼종의 노래를 만들었을까. 일하 고품이 유진 언제 해. 막히면 저 반대길로 역주행해. 모자 눌렀어 신발 구겨 신어 바깥 공기만 쉬면 세상 구경 좀 해. 남이 재단할 수 없어. 내 인생은 내가 디자인해. 뒤로 시선 빼그려다 목에 담아. 손에 잡히지 않는 건 단어. 구색 따위 갖추지 말자. 흥얼대 혼자 샤워할 때처럼 날 Yes. 난 날 먹지 않고 너로 뱉을 건데 내 말에 설득력 있다면 make some noise. From now on 모든 것을 백지로 되돌려놓고 생각 말고 저질러 부순 너 가지고 있어. 제일 감각 있잖아 자기 집 거울 앞에서. Yeah. Life is short, art is long. 너나 쟤나 I'll make you say we artists baby. We artists baby. We artists baby. Hey, life is short, art is long. 너나 쟤나 I'll make you say 미루지 마 즐거움을 그건 저축이 불가능. Somebody say 다음에 컸어. 그 커서가 바로 지금 내 지구 가면만 하면 Answer me what you gon' do. 행복의 언저 위에 꾸미는 꿈물. 나온 모든 것을 백지로 되돌려놓고 생각 말고 저질러 부순 너 가지고 있어. 제일 감각 있잖아 자기 집 거울 앞에서. Yeah. Life is short, all is long. 너나 쟤나 I'll make you say 나나 쟤나 I'm make 'em say.
That was Artist by Zico, welcoming you back to the 4 p.m. duo. It is now 5:17 in the afternoon, and we are in the middle of our Flash Pop quiz.
That's right. We asked you, who do we call this person who is a content specialist charged with the institution's collections, namely the artworks and stuff, and the historical artifacts? Do we call them curators, baristars, barista, or top stars?
Ooh, what's the answer, David?
It's the curators.
네, 1번 큐레이터입니다. 정답입니다. Curator, curator of a museum. Yeah. We had a lot of answers coming in saying the correct answer, which is great to see as well. Let's take a look. We have 3461번님 saying 큐레이터 같은 직업이 있다는 걸 진작 알았으면 얼마나 좋았을까요? 우리 아이들에게는 다양한 세상을 보여주고 싶네요. Did you want to be a creator? Creator. Creator 말고
Content creator.
Did you want to be a curator and maybe show your kids like a new, like, I don't know, dinosaurs or fossils or things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think kids would love if their parents were museum curators.
Yeah. I think being a curator, though, you need to be very, I guess, you need to know a lot of artworks and the history behind it. I think it's a very, what do you call it? 멋진 job이에요.
It's a very noble job, I think.
Noble job.
네, 되게 좋은 일인 것 같아요.
Yeah, it's a very, it requires special skills for sure.
존경스러운 일인 것 같아요.
Yeah. Very respectable job.
Yeah. Who do we just read? There we go. 3846번님 sending a message saying 안녕하세요 듀오 하트병 정답은 1번 큐레이터입니다. 큰 일교차 감기 조심하세요. Yeah, it was. I can already feel it's getting colder. Outside,
especially at night.
Thank you for your caring for us.
네, 제니님 with the right answer as well, saying curator, barista 모두 매력적인 직업 같아요. Nick and David, 내 마음의 top star. 오늘도 감사합니다. 하트병.
I like that. You always find good ways to use all of the 보기들.
그렇죠. answer 어떻게든 다 사용하시고 저에게 이런 재밌는 답.
방송인 체질이신 것 같아요.
그러니까요.
Yeah.
You should join us.
Yeah, for real. 김예리님 saying curator as well. 이선임님. 신정은님 saying, let's have, hello, it's always my pleasure to listen to your voices on my way home. Number one is the answer, and you're still my number one이라고 해주셨어요. That's so sweet.
Number one 하면은 뭔가 자꾸 떠오르는 노래가 있어요. I think it's a song by Boa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you are my number one, something like that.
Such a generic way to sing it.
Oh, 그리고 we had a message from S.님. S.님 갑자기 I listen to BFM and other radio show when I'm driving. 왜 갑자기 이 말씀을 하셨을까요?
So earlier I said 배신자. 근데 데이비드한테 배신자라고 말했어요.
네.
It wasn't to you, never to you. It's to David for doing another show. Of course I'm joking. Yeah, please don't miss it. I hope you didn't understand.
왜 퍽퍽퍽거려요?
왜 갑자기 좀 떨려가지고.
네, X님, it was not meant to you. It was meant for me.
I'll tell him off after the show.
And he had it saying, of course, 4 p.m. Dio is my favorite. My favorite.
That's what I wanted to hear.
And said, David, it was a pleasant surprise.
It is, yeah. We have 3865 saying curator, 2468 saying number one creator, loads of creators, curators.
Curators, not creators.
I don't know, it's hard. All right, anyway, let's announce a winner for our prize.
We're going to give away a hamburger set coupon to 7523번님. 축하드립니다.
Congratulations, and thank you everybody for participating. Don't worry if you didn't win a prize today, because we have quizzes every single day, so come again and try to participate, and you could be lucky.
Exactly. Now, I have a question for you, Nick. Okay. I've also heard about this term called docents. Okay. Have you heard of this term called docents?
Docent?
Yeah. I get confused with curators and docents.
What's the difference?
The docents are trained volunteers who provide educational services for museum visitors by sharing their knowledge.
Okay.
But curators are those who spend years researching both well-known and obscure artists of areas of history, going over details of the collections and meticulously planning how to display them in public.
그럼 도센트는 뭔가 좀 안내해주는 가이드 같은 그런 역할을 하시는
네, 도센트라는 것은 조금 비전문적인
그죠.
그런 느낌이 있어요.
봉사하는 거죠.
네.
돈 받지 않고 그냥
네.
관심이 있어서.
그렇죠. 근데 큐레이터 같은 경우는 전문직이라고 생각하시면 됩니다.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Grace. Actually, then, I went to Gyeongju a few weeks ago and I was walking across one of the famous old bridges in Gyeongju. And I guess a guy, you know, slightly older guy, came up to me and started telling me about the bridge.
Okay.
And I guess he was a docent because he wasn't being paid. He just loves the history of Gyeongju and the history.
wow.
And he was explaining about the bridge. So I guess he would be a docent.
For sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. I guess anyone could be a docent.
For real? All right. Anyway, the time is now 5:22 in the afternoon. Coming up next, we have MG Magnesium Michael Garrett coming in. Before that, this is Perfect by Ed Sheeran.
Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own. And in your eyes, you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, or listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. No, baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, or barefoot on the grass, or listen
Lights, camera, action.
Pop, 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 poppity popcorn. Respect!
Yo, popcorn,
Take it away, take it away.
Let's go. Popcorn time, everybody.
Yeah!
We are in
Caramel
the studio with MG, Michael Garrett. How are you doing? You're looking very dapper today.
Yeah, everybody's talking about how dapper I look, and all I did was put my,
Your blazer?
suit jacket blazer on.
Nice.
여러분 지금
Because of the weather, yeah.
유튜브 생방송을 보고 계신다면 마이클 게럿이 엄청 포멀하고 멋진 정장인가? 아니, 그냥 수트 같은 거 입고 오셨는데
오늘 머리도 스타일했어요.
You care about the show this much.
Yeah.
Care about the
No,
show this
I
much.
do this all for the people watching, I just want to look the best for you guys.
Nice.
Shout out to you.
Loving it. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing really well. And I'm kind of recovering from the film festival. I'm getting my sleep
20
again.
20 movies.
No more movies now. Actually, have you been watching more movies? though?
Yeah, it kind of I think to myself after all those movies, I'm like, I need a break. And then 2 days later, I'm, watching a movie.
Back to watching more movies.
Hair of the dog, right? Hair of the dog. 해장술이죠. 해장 영화.
해상 영화. 계속 봐야 돼요.
Yep.
right.
And so the theme for today, the movie that's been released this week, actually yesterday, is called Killers of the Flower Moon. And they have decided for the Korean title to just go with Flower Killing Moon.
Oh, not Killers of the Flower Moon?
Yeah.
It's a bit long if you say in Korean.
Right.
But I think in Korean,
Flower
flower
killing
killing moon. Oh.
Flower Killing Moon.
So,
It's like flower killing the moon.
No, Killers of the Flower Moon. 이 꽃 달에서 온
But like,
살인자들.
if you read it the Korean way, flower killing moon.
Anyway, it's just a title. It's just the title.
Yeah.
What does it mean? What's the story?
Okay, so the meaning of this is that the flower moon is a certain time of year in the springtime when the flowers come out, and then there's a full moon. So there's a harvest moon in the fall, and that's like kind of Chuseok, like that kind of thing. And then in the spring, when you have the moon with the first, I guess, blooming of the flowers in the fields, that's called the flower moon. So we're talking about like it symbolizes, I guess, coming out of the deep winter, and it's a sign of abundance.
Oh, nice.
And the reason that this is the title, this is a Martin Scorsese Western crime drama. It was co-written by Eric Roth as well, and then the subject of the film is the Osage Nation, which is a native peoples of the United States, in the United States, Native Americans who are in the Oklahoma region, and then it goes back to the 1920s when there was a series of murders of the people of the Osage Nation after it was discovered that in their land given to them, kind of the reservation where the government allots a certain land for the native peoples of that area, that there was a lot of oil there. And then people started mysteriously dying. The kind of like the leaders of the Osage Nation started mysteriously dying, and then people came to investigate, and that was the investigation that led to the formation of the FBI.
So this is based on a true story.
It is, and there was a book published in 2017, a nonfiction book about that investigation, and it's kind of like called like the first investigation of and the formation, the birth of the FBI.
Oh, cool.
And then so Martin Scorsese is making a movie about that.
Oh, very interesting.
Whenever I see Martin Scorsese as the director, I think, okay, what role is Robert De Niro playing?
Yeah,
like
that's
every-
right. And you're right about it this time as well. But I will get to that. But the first thing I want to say about this is I want to ask you the question, what's the longest movie you've ever watched? The longest one?
Wasn't Lord of the Rings like 3 hours and 20 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
That was pretty long
That's
for
a
me.
long movie.
Yeah.
저는 5시간짜리 일본 영화를 본 적이 있거든요. I think there are a couple, 2 or 3, maybe more, Japanese movies that are over 5 hours long.
Did you watch it in the theaters?
No, I watched it at home.
Oh, okay.
And because it was one of them was on TV, and it was on at like 2 a.m. until like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I fell asleep about 2 hours in. But it was a 5-hour movie.
My goodness.
Over 5 hours.
Yeah, because they take breaks in
I
between.
think it was about like housewives. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But it was just I don't know why it was so long. Just separate it into maybe like a drama. But anyway, I feel like Japanese movies tend to be long.
Yeah, and that's my longest one is Seven Samurai, the kind of classic film from Akira Kurosawa. That one is 207 minutes long. And I remember the first time I saw it, we rented it, and I watched it with my friend, and he was asleep in an hour, and I was all the way to the end. But I mentioned this because Killers of the Flower Moon is 206 minutes long. That's 3 hours and 26 minutes, this movie, this Martin Scorsese movie.
Didn't Martin Scorsese do The Irishman?
Yes.
And that was 3.5 hours long too.
Yeah, and then that one is like streamed, right? So you can kind of do what you did, and you're sitting at home. You might fall asleep and then go back. What did I miss? Yeah. But committing yourself to 3 hours and 26 minutes of nonstop movie in a theater is a real commitment.
You would think they would pause it halfway and give bathroom breaks.
Intermission time, right?
Yeah.
like a theatre production.
Yeah. I saw a movie once in Turkey, and they do that for every movie.
Really?
They gave an intermission. Like
That's
it was a
cool.
horror movie I was watching,
Yeah.
and it was like these people stuck in a cave, and then all of a sudden it just went, and the lights turned on, and I was like,
That kind of ruins the vibe, though.
it totally did. It was in the middle of a really scary scene too.
Oh, man.
It was just
Bummer.
lights on. So maybe they'll do that for you for Killers of the Flower Moon.
We are talking about Killers of the Flower Moon. We had a message coming in from one of our listeners saying, book title goes straight over my head. So it was based on a book. This based on a book of the same name. So it's called Killers of the Flower Moon, the name of the book.
You can just think of it like this. Yeah, and then it says like the birth of the FBI is this like, kind of subtitle of the book.
Oh, okay.
You can think of it like this, that it is about an investigation of some mysterious murders of some native peoples of the Osage Nation in the 1920s.
Okay.
So the killers, don't worry about the flower moon part. That part is just a kind of poetic, I guess, license from the author and now the director. But it's just a sort of crime investigation of murders type of story.
Okay.
And so you go in there, and the investigator comes. His name was Tom White. So he comes over there, and then he has to say who's dead, and then who's behind it. There, like I said, there's oil in the land, so there's a lot of money at stake here, and he kind of has to trace the money in order to get to the real killers.
So one more time, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
book written by David Gran.
Also saying The Irishman 인상 깊게 봤어요라고 하셨고요. 정장이 진짜 잘 어울리시네요.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. It's good for my self-esteem here. So now getting back to what you were saying, Nick, about the fact that whenever you see Scorsese, you say, okay, what is De Niro, what role is he playing in it? He is in this. But the special thing about this is that, there's another actor who is very often collaborating with Scorsese, and that's Leonardo DiCaprio. DiCaprio also. So they're both in this together. And this is the first time for a Scorsese-directed movie to star both of his kind of favorite actors
together
in the same movie.
Oh, I wonder what kind of roles they'll play. Are they like opposing roles?
They are not, and they are. Okay, so I'll explain a little bit there. There's actually a good story behind how they decided to cast Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie. Originally, he was going to be the main character, who was going to be Tom White, who's this Western individual coming in to investigate the murders. But then later, Scorsese was saying to himself, I feel like I'm telling the story from like the white man's perspective about these Native Americans. And so I'm taking in 2023, I'm taking the wrong approach to this. And then he met with, I think it was 300 individuals from the remaining Osage Nation in the Oklahoma area. And he is like, kind of tell me your perspectives. Tell me your history. Tell me about your families. And then he talked with DiCaprio, and he said, how about we make this movie not about the investigator coming from the outside and seeing these people as like kind of strange or exotic, and we tell this movie kind of more from the inside. Now, DiCaprio's still not playing somebody from the Osage Nation, but he's a man who married a woman from the Osage Nation.
Okay.
And he has his allegiances with the character played by De Niro as well, but he's kind of torn. Like he has with his wife, and also he has a relationship. De Niro plays his uncle, and so it's like he's torn between these two sides. It's like the white people who want to take the money and the Osage people.
Pocahontas Avatar situation going on.
Yeah.
Exactly. It must be really tough.
Yeah.
I mean, to be in his shoes, I guess.
Yeah, for real. It sounds really interesting. I mean, I guess if you know a lot about U.S. history, this will be even more fascinating.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's directed by Martin Scorsese and it has this star lineup, you know, DiCaprio and De Niro, lots of does.
Oh, there it is there.
But these two legendary actors, it's definitely going to be something to worth watching. I think.
Yeah, and then anytime, because I think we had a lot of anticipation for the Christopher Nolan film Oppenheimer. Everybody, I think it's just a more known and popular director in Korea. But, you know, as far as effect or, I guess, influence on cinema in general, like Scorsese is way, way up there. Probably bigger.
He's got the wise old years on his side as well.
Yeah.
He's an older man now, and he's got all this experience.
And then just to put a cap on this, De Niro, this is the 10th one with De Niro, and then number 6 with DiCaprio.
Oh, you know, he needs to catch up.
Yeah. it makes me sad because I remember Robert De Niro in older movies being a young, tough kind of gangster guy, really good-looking guy.
Yeah.
But now when I see him at like awards shows, he's aged so much.
Yeah.
But he does really. I mean, his roles still suit him very well.
Oh yeah, for real.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
No.
It's kind of like Jim
You
Carrey
miss
getting
him.
older.
Oh, yeah, Jim Carrey.
늙으면 안 돼.
늙어도 멋있어요.
Yeah, exactly.
네, 근데
That's
I know
true.
what you mean.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah, it's sad a little bit.
There was a scene in The Irishman where they had, you know how they did de-aging in The Irishman? So they're kind of like washing away the wrinkles. And it's like, look, it's De Niro and he looks 45 years old. And you're like, yeah, but he doesn't move like he's 45 years old. And there was one scene where he had to beat somebody up outside of a grocer's. And it was just so unconvincing.
Really?
You know, it was just like an 86-year-old man, like, I'm going to beat you up now. Like gingerly, oh, my hip, though.
They could have used a stunt double for that, couldn't they?
They really could have.
I think Gemini Man did an okay job with de-aging with Will Smith. Brandon and Aidan Nim saying it's even more impressive because it's a movie based on a true story. Thank you for introducing such a good movie.
Yeah, my pleasure. And then I do want to celebrate the fact that we have De Niro and DiCaprio together, a couple of legends, and first time in a Scorsese film, but not the first time together in a movie.
What were they in together?
So I want to play a clip from the movie, and the movie is called This Boy's Life, and you just guess how old DiCaprio is in this. He's going to speak a little bit. It's mostly De Niro speaking. The scene is De Niro plays his stepfather to DiCaprio. And the stepfather, he acts very nice when the mother is around. And then when she's not around, he is an absolute terror. And so this is a moment in the bathroom where he's like, I'm just going to pick this toothpaste thing to have an argument with you about. And he comes in and does that. But just listen to DiCaprio's voice and tell me how old you think he is in this.
You left the lid off the toothpaste again.
Dwight, is that the best you can come up with?
This is my house, and I get to say about the toothpaste. You got that? Huh? Now, if you lived with your daddy Duke and his rich wife, maybe things would be different. But he's not here now, is he? Is he? Oh, Duke. Duke, are you here? Duke? Dukey? Are you here? Oh, how sad. Duke's not here. Oh, boo-hoo. My house, my bathroom. I get to say about the toothpaste. You got that?
Wow.
They both sound so young.
They do.
Comparatively.
DiCaprio, I cannot, not DiCaprio, so De Niro, I couldn't imagine. I don't even know how old De Niro is in this one.
Okay, well, DiCaprio is way younger than when he did Titanic in 97.
And he was really young then, too.
He sounds about 12. He sounds like before adolescence. No offense, he sounds before reaching puberty, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're shooting a little bit young. He does sound so young in this, but he was 16 when he filmed it. It was 17 when it came out.
Wow.
And it's 1993, This Boy's Life.
So he was in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
He hadn't graduated.
I guess compared to Robert De Niro's voice, he sounds that young.
Yeah, and he did. Even when he was in 17, 18, he still looked like he was like 14.
Yeah.
You know, the What's Eating Gilbert Grape is another one where he was like, you know, Johnny Depp and he were both very, very young in this movie. It's a fantastic one if you're a fan of those two guys to go and look at how young they are in that movie. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? But he's somebody who's always looked young for his age.
We also have another clip as well you brought up.
Oh, yeah, we do. Now, this one, I wanted to bring this up because Scorsese has also been very, very vocal about his opinions about cinema. And a lot of times he'll come out and he'll say that he believes that cinema as we have known it is dying.
He said it all about Marvel.
And then he specifically targets Marvel. And so I wanted to play a clip of what he says and then see what your reaction is. A lot of people are really extreme on the two sides of the fence when he says things like this. And they're like, oh, man, you're so stuck up about this. You're such a movie snob. Or kind of the other way, like, hey, relax about these Marvel movies. So let's listen. This is a BBC One interview from 3 years ago. This is Scorsese talking about cinema and superhero movies.
The thing about it is that they seem to be creating, it's another form. It's another form. And their theaters are almost like amusement parks in a sense. So these films now, I think, are more like theme rides in a way. And it's a different experience for an audience.
Yeah.
A theme ride. So he's kind of saying that Marvel movie is not a movie. And it's more like you're getting on a roller coaster. You're paying to get on like a 2.5 hour roller coaster ride, and we can't call it a movie.
I definitely think there's some, truth to that. 일리가 조금 있는 것 같은데요. 왜냐하면 in Marvel movies there's no downtime. 그냥 쉬는 시간이 없어요. But in a Martin Scorsese movie there's build up, there's exposition, and it takes a while to get into it.
Yeah.
But Marvel's just bang, 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 bang straight from the get-go.
Yeah.
And thing is that I wouldn't say it's not cinema because it appeals to a huge audience.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, so
I mean,
agree.
In a way, like a theme park is catered towards younger folks too, kids. So in terms of audience, just by age groups, I guess his movies are more for the older folks.
Yeah.
Maybe for people who can understand more deeper things. Marvel is more for the younger folks.
I do think that when he thinks of cinema, he thinks of things that move you deeply and change your life. Like once you watch it, a lot of times he talks about how you discover things about yourself. And so afterward, you're like, I have a deeper connection to who I am as a person. And he talks about how you can rewatch a good film. Let's call it a film, not a movie. You can rewatch it at different times in your life, and you'll have different reactions to it because you've grown as a person. And then that will never happen with a Marvel movie. It'll all just be, that's fun.
Adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
It's a thrill ride.
Michael, thank you very much for bringing us a bit of Martin Scorsese classics.
Yeah.
We look forward to next week as well. Before we wrap up, 인류의 충전소님 saying, I can tell you are a very patient person, Michael. 김영화를 많이 봐서.
그렇죠. 3시간짜리 맨날 보니까.
Yeah. Right. Just really, to prepare, just don't drink anything for 2 hours before you buy your ticket.
There you go.
You don't want to go to the bathroom. You don't know when anything's going to happen.
Good tip. All right, mate. We'll see you next week.
Okay, see you then. Bye-bye.
We're going to take a song break. This is 꽃 by 지수.
ABC 도레미 만큼 착했던 나 그 눈빛이 싹 변했지 어쩜 또 하나니까 난 파란 나비처럼 날아가 잡지 못한 건 넌 네 몫이니까 활짝 꽃피웠던 시간도 이제 모두 내게 lie 굵게 다 버려진 너와 난 괜찮아 넌 괜찮을까 구름 한 점 없이 예쁜 날 꽃향기만 남기고 갔단다 꽃향기만 남기고 갔단다 You and me 미칠 듯이 뜨거웠지만 처참하게 짓밟혀진 내 하나 같단다. 꽃 향기만 남기고 갔단다.
아직 한 발 남았다.
The last English dose.
It ain't over till it's over. Now, before wrapping up the show, we would like to let you know one more useful English expression.
There are lots of situations in the world, and we'll pick the most interesting situations and take the time to share one expression through short conversations of that particular situation.
What kind of situation should we move on to today?
아이고 덥다 엄마야 우리 성자 영민이 아이가 우쭈쭈쭈쭈 영민아 니 오늘 친구랑 약속 있다고 않겠나 왜 이래 집에 꼭 박혀있노 우리 손자 영민이 우쭈쭈쭈쭈쭈
할머니 약속이 다 불발됐어. 한 명은 아프고 또 다른 한 명은 차가 고장 났대. 정말 나 오늘 약속 가려고 이렇게 멋지게 입고 준비 다 했는데 머리도 이제 팔가르마로 단정하게 빗고 꾸안꾸 청청 패션으로 이렇게 멋도 냈는데 정말 슬퍼 할머니.
아이고 뭐 까불아 우리 이런 멋진 영민이를 누가 바람 맞췄단 말이고 그러면은 할머니랑 같이 산책이나 가보자.
그럴까? 할머니 그럼 이 영민이가 좋아하는 돼지국밥도 먹을 거지? 할머니 최고.
근데 영민이 왜 애기처럼 말해요? 친구들이 차가 있는데.
Hey, I'm a late bloomer. 이 자동차 차, 이거 장난감 차.
그걸 몰고 왔어. 배터리가 나갔나 보네요.
이 가르마도 하고.
그러니까요.
Just immature.
멋쟁이네요, 멋쟁이. 네.
네, 어떤 것이 계획대로 실현되지 못하다라는 표현 영어로는 어떻게 말할 수 있을까요?
오늘은 불발되다라는 말을 어떻게 영어로 표현하는지 알아보겠습니다. 영어로는 오늘의 상황이 어떻게 표현될지 한번 들어보시죠.
Why are you home? Didn't you say you had plans with friends?
It fell through. One of them got sick and the other's car broke down.
Oh, that's a bummer. Do you want to go on a walk with me?
Sure, let's go out for lunch too.
Let's listen to it one more time. Why are you home? Didn't you say you had plans with friends?
It fell through. One of them got sick and the other's car broke down.
Oh, that's a bummer. Do you want to go on a walk with me?
Sure, let's go out for lunch too.
Thank you, Daniel and Stephanie, for lending us your voices for today's last English dose. Fall through, 불발되다라는 뜻입니다. Let's go over the sentences one by one. They start off by saying, "Why are you home?" 왜 집에 있어? I thought you went out. Why are you home? Didn't you say you had plans with friends? 친구랑 약속이 있다고 하지 않았어? Didn't you say you had plans with friends?
네, 그러자 it fell through. 불발됐어. 오늘의 last English dose 표현 나왔습니다. fall through, 불발되다. fire feet가 아니고요. 이제 그냥 cancel되다, 취소되다.
불닭발.
그렇죠. 이루어지지 않았다 이런 뜻이잖아요.
네.
불발되다, fall through. It fell through. 과거형이죠. It fell through.
Usually plans or important talks. You know, maybe 어떤 회사들이 엄청 큰 거래하려고 하는데 이 불발됐어. 이제 취소됐어. The big plans fell through and the companies didn't merge.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'll have to go back. One of them got sick and the other cars broke down. 한 명은 아프고 한 명의 차는 고장이 났대. 그래서 불발된 거야.
한 명은 아프고.
아, 진짜 나는 건강한 친구들이 없어.
Yeah, I think you're the problem.
Yeah, I'm the problem.
그러자, oh, that's a bummer. 라고 했습니다. I like the word, that's a bummer. 아깝네. 안타깝네. You know, it's kind of like, oh, what a shame.
What a bummer.
What a bummer, dude. Yeah, that's a bummer. Do you want to go on a walk with me? 그럼 나랑 좀 산책하러 갈래? Do you want to go on a walk with me?
Nah, I'll just stay home.
I'm good. You can say on a walk 혹은 do you want to take a walk with me? 둘 다 똑같습니다.
네, 그러자 sure. Let's go out for lunch too. 좋아. 나가서 점심도 먹자. 네, 이것도 하고 저것도 하자. 심심하니까.
You're paying, 콜?
Dutch pay.
Dutch pay. That was today's last English dose. Fall through. 불발되다라는 뜻이었습니다. Hopefully, if you make any plans, maybe for this weekend, they don't fall through. You get to follow through.
Ooh.
I guess that's the 반대말이겠죠.
Follow through.
Fall through 말고 follow through.
네, 이루게 만들다.
그죠? Yeah. So hopefully you follow through with the plans and they do not fall through. And then you'll have a great day and a weekend whenever you choose to spend it.
Exactly. And I was wondering where 미역스텔라 이님 was, and she texted in saying 방송 거의 끝날 때 켰지만 인사해요. 차가 많이 막히는데 유튜브로 다시 듣기 하면 되겠어요. 좋은 저녁 되시길 바랄게요.
You know, it's so nice that you just tuned in, even if it's at the end. We appreciate you doing that. Please be safe while you're driving. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow, 미역스텔라 이님.
And on that note, we should start wrapping up the show. Tomorrow is Friday. The weekend is soon upon us. And there's going to be a lot of great content, prizes to win, just a lot of fun to be had.
Exactly.
And we're going to say adios for now. The 4 p.m. duo was produced by Joy Eji and written by Hong Kyung-hwa. We've been your hosts for today, Nick.
And David at the 4 p.m. duo. Today's last song is Falling by John Buck. See you later, alligator.
Everybody have a wonderful evening.
하얗게 번지는 머릿속에다 그대를 새겨놓고 저 멀리 날아가 모든 게 보이는 눈을 감고서 시간을 되돌려서